Show, Peter G Show, divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad. Peter G Show.
It's that time again. Sunday, December, the holidays, Christmas, right around the corner. Life with Peter G, right here, right now. Right around the corner. Gonna take a second, let everybody catch on. Life with Peter G in an undisclosed location in Burbank, California. That's me. That's us. That's you. Love you guys as always. So many people joining on weekly. Even though they're quiet, they're coming on board. And that's a nice thing. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like we're doing something of worth. I don't think I can ever get enough done the way we're doing it, but we're doing it. Even though we're hitting bumps in the roads, this past 3 weeks, network system problems, freezing. Last week's show, to me, was just a total, the second half of the show, there was no second half of the show. Maybe that was a good thing. The jokes are free, babe. Anyway, it was a disaster, and it pisses me off. It really does. Where's the Christmas music? You know what? Christmas music. Where is the Christmas music? Next week. Don't want to overdo it. People get nuts with that stuff. I like it. Next week, I'm going to tell you why. I'll start. I'm already going now. See what I mean? I'm reading screens, and my gatekeeper is already monitoring my show. And he's already throwing the reality check out there. Okay, so now I just forgot what I was going to say. Oh, so next week, I want to do a show, and we're going to do a show, and it's going to be Christmas, and it's going to be love. All I want to hear from people next week is a phone call coming in and saying, Merry Christmas, Peter. That's all I want. Or at least get on the phone to where I can personally tell you, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you observe, whatever. It's all about love. And love is a big deal in my book. It's the key to happiness. It really is. But that's what we're going to do next week. And next week we're going to do that, and it's going to be nothing but nice, mellow Christmas music, and just take it nice and slow. I did that a few years ago, and I don't know. I loved that show. It was just warm. It felt good. But you know what I mean. Every day is a good day. Believe me. No complaints. And but that's what we're going to do next week. We're going to have the Christmas music and all that, and I'll be asking for me for Christmas is that people call in next week and just wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And if there's anything else you want to add, it's awesome. Tonight, though, real quick, and then I got to get back on track before I'm not opening up the phone lines yet. Tonight, we're going to talk. I want people to call in and tell me a Christmas story. Tell me something. I don't care if it was bad, the good, the bad, or the ugly. It's just funny, if it was tragic, if it was heartwarming and it just made you feel good and you want to share it. But that's what I want to do tonight. That's exactly what I want to do tonight. I'm hoping, I don't need a whole lot of calls, but just a good handful. I want my people who sit there and watch, if you have something good to let out of your soul, to share with others, that's what we want to do tonight. Just share a Christmas story with me. First, in this undisclosed location in Burbank, California, you know I could not do this show if it wasn't for my beloved Bolt Energy. Bolt Energy, folks. In fact, hang on one second because I completely forgot. Man, oh man. Shame on me. Bolt Energy. Sorry, I always we always talk with my sponsors before the show, and I did about 30-40 minutes ago, but I forgot to do something, and now we're back. So anyway, Bolt Energy. Why do I love and talk about Bolt Energy every week? Well, let me tell you why. Number one, I love this stuff. It's not bad. It tastes good. I love what they represent. Cleaner energy drink. No preservatives. Go find an energy drink that says no preservatives. Let me help you out. You're not going to find one. Only Bolt Energy, folks. Bolt Energy, enriched with antioxidants and vitamins. It's a cleaner energy drink. These guys are workout fanatics. They say what they do, or do what they say, and blah, 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 in my part. But it works, and I like it. It tastes good. I like the way it tastes. I mean, you got a million choices out there. I don't drink coffee. And I just like something a little bit bright and refreshing feeling. Bolt Energy just gives me enough of that little kick. And I don't even feel it, but you just know it. Just like on the days when you don't want to do something, here it is. Whoop, here it is. I like Bolt Energy. Go out and ask for Bolt Energy. If you can't find Bolt Energy, go to www.drinkboltenergy. Write to them and say, hey, it's Mortimer Schnurd here in bumfuck Egypt. How do I get Bolt Energy? And they'll tell you how you can find it, okay? Even in bumfuck. I just swore twice. It's the holidays. Anyway, what else? Oh, there's a couple of things. I'm all over the map already. We didn't even get started yet. Anyway, last week's show, horrendous. Again, with network issues. This is what happens when you're at the mercy of a low budget. But I'll tell you one thing. People asking me, hey, Peter, how you doing? Because I've been to the holidays reaching out. You just missed your plug, Bolt Energy, but don't worry, there's more to come. People ask me, hey, how you doing? And all I can tell them is, we're still here. And I like that. So, here's what we're going to do. Ooh, sorry. That's the loudest I've ever hit it. I'm going to open up a can of Bolt Energy. Wow. Woo. This is why I like Bolt Energy. Holy crap. Tastes good. I can't put my finger on it. He has a description as to the way it tastes. I just say it's good. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. It's like trying to explain what the taste of salt is. And you just can't. It's just, it is what it is. Bolt Energy. I just like it. I think you'll like it too. One more sip, then we'll keep moving forward. Ask for it in stores. Oh, man. I wait all week for that to tell you how much I like it. I drink it all week. Everybody needs a little kick in the ass, and like I said, it doesn't get you all freaky too. That's what I like about it, because it just there's something about it that you know that it's doing, that like, I don't feel like going and working out, or I just got to get up in the morning, but it just gets you going. You're not, it's not going to jitter you out or make you all crazy, and that's why I like it. It's just a nice even keel. Let's do this. As my sponsor says, let's get this party started. And I totally agree. Speaking of which, 2 events this week I wanted to go to, had the time to go to, and completely forgot to go to. It's the holidays and all that, and I don't like missing this, because you wait all year for these little things. It's the little extra things. And I didn't go. Completely spaced. Busy. There's a few things going on in my life, but I got way overwhelmed with stuff, but I would have gone had I remembered. I think I need an assistant. My memory is not as good as it used to be. Yep, that's a fact. Okay, listen, I want you guys to start. This is how we're doing it all. Merry Christmas. I love you too. Let's start a watch party. How about that? Let's do watch parties. Watch parties. Watch parties. Let me, hey, I want to do a watch party too. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to your Facebook, hit share. I'm going to do this too. Merry Christmas. It's all good. How do you do this? Share. Hit the share button. And then it says start a watch party. Watch party. And then all of a sudden it says watch party. Hit watch party again. And plada. Start a watch party. And we're starting a watch party. And this is what's been going so well with you guys. And again, the year's end. Look, it just told me that I'm starting my own watch party. You can do it too. It's the cool thing to do. Hang on, we haven't opened up the phone lines yet. I see people trying to call in. Not yet. Need a couple more minutes. Believe me, we have all night. So start a watch party. Watch parties is what's making this whole thing, and the people that are joining on every week, that it's new. But when you start a watch party, you're saying, "Hey, so and so is watching the Peter G Show," and you're sharing it with all your friends. And again, you have no idea when we talk on certain subjects and things like that, how many people may need to hear this. Your story may be the story that helps somebody else with their life, because they say, "Hey, I can relate to that," and I totally believe in that kind of stuff. I just do. So, just do it, okay? Watch parties and share. Best thing you can do. What else we got going? I got to watch a little TV this week. I always tell you that I don't get to watch TV very much. Well, there was a couple of nights where I just said I am watching. Oh, that's because I forgot to go to these functions I was supposed to go to, and then I had the time, and I watched a couple of old movies, completely different old movies. I watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which I saw back in the 80s. Loved it. I can tell you how they're standing as I recite every word to that. Still a cool movie. And then I was flipping channels and I watched Easy Rider. What was that, from the 70s? 70s, I'm pretty sure. That's a screwed up movie, man. That's like a really, to me, it was something like I would make, low budget, we're all getting high and all that. But I guess it's a classic. I don't know. It's just weird. It was just weird to me. It was just screwed up, actually. It was just, I guess it was groundbreaking for back then, but to look at it, it was just cheesy acting and just weird. God bless them all, but it was just weird. What do you think? Hey, I like that people have come on, but here's what we're doing tonight, people. I'm going to refresh you in case you're just getting on. In a few minutes, I want to open up the phone lines, and I want you to tell me a Christmas story. I want you to dig deep and share with everybody, share with the 3 or 3 million that are watching. Depends what time it is. And give me a Christmas story. Give me the most screwed up Christmas you had. Give me the best Christmas you had. Something that changed your life during Christmas, or something that was total my screwed up family and my life is just, screwed up. But that's what I'm going to want you to do in a few minutes at 818-259-7983. All I need is a couple of your stories, just to share with somebody, myself and my close few friends here that are listening. But that's what we're doing tonight. I want to hear the good, the bad, or the ugly. And if worse comes to worse, I got an old friend that kind of recently resurfaced, and he'll always come up with something because the creative being that he is, it's like when you're that creative, there's always that alter ego alternative, like I'm way whacked. And that's my group of friends. But I'll take it. They're all harmless. That's it. What time we got here? Oh, we got about another minute. And then we're going to open up the phone lines. And then I'm going to rely on you guys, okay? I'm going to hope you're going to call and tell me some kind of story. Just a story. Quick story. Share. Oh, speaking of which... Hey, you're on with Life of Peter G Live. Who's this?
Hi, my name's Mick. I'm calling from Burbank, California.
Hey, Mick, turn down your radio.
Is that? Am I doing bad stuff? I'm sorry.
There you go.
I'm new at this. I haven't done this before, but
that's okay.
Yeah,
it's the first time for everybody.
I heard you talking about Christmas and stuff, and I had one really bad Christmas.
You did,
and it bled into the New Year.
Only one?
Yeah. I would just say that was like the worst holiday I ever had. Where you just you consider really bad options because it went so bad.
All right, I'm listening.
Praying doesn't even sound like it helps. Well, I had my daughter taken away from me at a very young age, and I was with her till 3, and then her mom just took off and took her out of state. Nowadays, you can't do that stuff. They'll just slap, they'll slap silly. But there's nothing I could do, and even if I bought a big lawyer, it would have been a long, hard fight. So I used to send money every month, and I sent an extra big thing so that they could have, they could give her some stuff that she needed,
Right.
And in the middle of the next week, right before New Year's happened, I get this letter in the mail from her. It says, yeah, and they live in Vegas, right? She's like, yeah, thank you so much for the money and everything. That was great. Me and my husband had a great time. We saw a show and blah, blah, blah. And I was just crushed. I didn't know what to do. What do you do after something like that?
So,
yeah, it took me years. I think it still boils.
Partied on your money that you were sending to your 3-year-old.
Yeah. Is that messed up?
Yeah.
I mean, and I was like, I can't see her. They wouldn't, they just ran off and they wouldn't let me do it.
But if they're in Vegas, why don't you go find them?
Well,
how many years ago?
Then, this is 1986.
Oh shit! This is pre-internet. Okay, forget it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's nothing you could do. I mean, and even then, it was a big place then. Now it's forget it. I mean, even with internet, who knows? You can find people. You could find their name. So, anyways, that still drags with me sometimes. But we've since reconciled. My daughter's old, and successful now, and that they're good, and we have a decent relationship. But that was something I dragged like a ball and anchor for a long time. It was just really disheartening, that people could actually do that for the holiday.
Let me ask you something, Mick. How is your relationship with your daughter now?
It's fantastic.
Wow.
And, it seemed like none of that shit ever happened.
Good.
And she doesn't dwell on anything out of the past. And she, her and her husband are very successful. And I stand in admiration. They're great. She's kind of like a kid on autopilot. You don't have to tell her to do anything. So... here's the thing. It's like your child is fine, but yet you're still screwed up from it, and that's what sucks. You know what I mean? Well, I don't. It doesn't it bummed me out before I got to be reunited with her. I mean, it was just something I carried for a long time. I don't think about it as much anymore. But when you said something about bad holidays, I'm like, oh god, yeah, this killed me.
Lots of people have bad holidays, whether it's screwed up families or I mean,
and I grew up out of Chicago, and big families come back. There's a lot of big families, and there's different, there's Polish neighborhoods and Italian neighborhoods, and they just have groups. Even Greeks have one up there. It's crazy, but
damn Greeks.
There's always somebody's drunk uncle that always screwed up somebody's holiday. It didn't matter if it's Thanksgiving or whatever. And the only holiday that's safe from that, I found out, is Halloween. Nobody gets drunk and fights on Halloween.
Really?
Yeah, and that's why I think it's the best holiday of ever. Sometimes Christmases can be good. They're subjective. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're horrible. And everybody's got a different point in their life. So, I don't know. I'm interested to hear some of these stories myself. So
I am too.
I don't want to pick up.
Well, I doubt they're going to blow up my phone, but, I appreciate you having the guts enough. The problem with what we have with this show is everybody's waiting for somebody else to call.
Well, I think everyone should lay it out there. Yeah, I want to hear some of these stories.
Yeah, I do. You've been how long have you been listening for, Mick?
I think just about last week, and then I don't know. I just saw something pop up, and I'm like, I need to get on there and just check that out. So,
new fan, I appreciate
last
it.
week I checked it out. I didn't call anything. Just kind of, it was bird on the wire, watching it all go down, and I thought it was cool. What you do is it's cool. It made me think.
All right, well, keep the faith. Next week we're going to have a special Sunday Christmas show. It's all going to be about the love. We're not going to talk about the downside. We're just going to wish everybody the love and all that. But tonight we're opening up the doors. Yeah, because it needs to be like that. But unfortunately, life isn't always like that. So that's why we're sharing this stuff. It's like so people can say, hey, it's not just you that had this issue. It's somebody else that had problems with this and that, or you had a good life. I don't know. Whatever it is, we just share stories. That's all.
Well, it's wide open. I'm listening too. So. Kate, thanks for doing this, and we'll catch up with you.
All right, thanks,
Have
brother.
a good one.
All right, take care.
Later.
Yep. Wow, that's one. Somebody had the balls. Who's next? I'm listening. I want to hear a Christmas story. Hey, man. I'm trying to read. I only have a couple of screens now. This reminds me. The official Peter G Show page that does not post live still just got off the phone with them this week again, and they're just saying, look, we get it, there's nothing we can do, we're following step by step with Facebook, it's just screwed until we finally finish with them. Hang in there. So all I'm saying is I love you guys and appreciate it, but hang in there. It's killing me because we can't post. Once the show is over, it'll go straight to the official show page. But how do you have an official show page and you're not even live on your official show page? The most screwed up stuff. This is the dues I'm having to pay. In the meantime, anybody have a Christmas story they want to share with little old me? I'm listening. Just pick up the phone and dial 818-259-7983. Yeah, I get all the thumbs up and all that, but so I want to hear a screwed up story. I think we need to something, just something. Otherwise, I'll sit here. Somebody's got to have some kind of Christmas story that is out of the norm to share. Just share it. Just nobody's listening. Doesn't matter. You're in no danger. You're in no danger. We're just here, just you and me. I'll hang out. You don't want to hear any. I'll start whipping it. Let's see what I got going on here. We have things written down. Christmas story. Next week's gonna be a big deal. Next week, I did it. Like I said, I was watching something because I have to, revert to things that I do. I did this Christmas show shortly after, 2 years ago. And it was Christmas music, and it's just mellow. But next week's going to be mellow. Next week's going to be nothing about Christmas and love. And I'm going to be asking you guys to really come out of the woodwork. You don't have to say anything besides dial the number and just wish us or you and everybody a Merry Christmas. And if you want to talk a little bit more after that, that's great. But that's all we're going to do next week. And, it's crazy how the year has just blown by. But right now, I know you're all watching. I can see it. And there's even triple, quadruple more. But who's got a screwed up Christmas story? Don't tell me you guys are all functional. Yeah, I know. Somebody, I'm watching. Tell me a story. I want to hear a story. I'm waiting. The phone line's open. 818-259-7983. Tell me a little bit of something that happened to you during the holidays. How's that? I'm going to take a little sip of Bolt Energy while I'm waiting. Did I tell you? Bolt Energy, 80 calories. That's all there is in this can. And this is not the sugar-free, okay? Sugar-free's coming, but 80 calories if you're a calorie counter. Lots of good stuff coming down the pipe next year, which is right around the corner. The Bolt Energy's got a bunch of stuff happening, and we got a bunch of stuff happening, and combined together, we all got a bunch of stuff happening. Crossing my fingers. It's all because of you guys. Yeah. Strange noise. Listen, see what I mean? No, it's not that nobody has Christmas stories. It's just nobody wants to call and talk about it. I'll just sit here. I told myself tonight with the boys, I go, this is ridiculous. And I know it has a lot to do with the official show page, too, because a whole bunch of people that are just not tuning in because the official show page is not streaming live. It's killing me. I just got tired of getting nuts over it. And it's going to get back to normal. It has to. They have to, or they'll go out of business. The third party that I have, that software company that makes all this happen, they have to make it happen, but I know. Anyway, so in the meantime, though, we're just kind of like plowing through it, and I just have to. And that's half of the audience, too, because the official show page is the official show page. If I was looking for something, I'm looking for the official something. So, fortunately, a lot of those guys just don't get it. So, I'm making them have to do something to go out of the ordinary and saying, hey, you can still watch the show live, but you got to do this and you got to do this. And they don't want to do it. I get it. You got to put the food right in front of you to eat. I get it. So I'm relying on my private sector to come up with I'm telling you, believe me, my private side, that like the profile page and all that, there's plenty of people with plenty of stories. You guys tell me this shit all week long, all month long, and then it comes to be showtime, and everybody's just watching. They're watchers. I don't blame you. I like to watch too. But I need to get come on. Somebody's got to have some screwed up Christmas story. You can tell me something good too. What time is it? We got 30 more minutes. Last week, this is about the time where my show crapped out on it. It froze, network satellites, all this kind of crap. They had towers that were down, just totally relying on, the whole Facebook platform, which is a live streaming type vibe, and everything went to hell. That's when I just threw my hands up in the air. I go, you know what? I'm thankful we had 30 minutes of show. I'll be glad when we can get to another platform to where it goes to where there's, a different way of producing the whole show. But in the meantime, somebody call me up and just say, hey, and tell me a Christmas story. Tell me something that went on in your life, whether it was life-changing or actually life-changing either way, like screwed you for life in your mind, or it was just something that like inspired you that changed your life for the positive. I'm all good with that. Most of the times it's like pretty messed up stuff. But that's okay, because we could use the entertainment. I know I don't have Christmas music tonight, and we should have had Christmas music tonight, but they promised next Sunday, Christmas music. Because a lot of people get sick of Christmas music. I like Christmas music. It doesn't bother me one bit. 818-259-7983 in an undisclosed location in Burbank, California, looking for one brave soul to tell me something about the holidays. Tell me something that's happened to you and or your family during the holidays. I can sit here all night. I like the music. I'm not scared. I just need one brave phone caller. We'll take one call at a time. The holidays. I got stories of my own. I just don't want to tell them. I think I've told a lot of those stories. I mean, there's always new people coming on, things like that, but not necessary. I want to hear from you guys. I can tell you all the horror stories of the past 10 years. Single dad stuff. Trying to deal with picking up my child when we were at war. But I want to hear it from you. You can always go into my YouTube channel where all those shows, there's so many things that you get to hear everything about everything. It's entertaining stuff too. It's informational, it's nothing, none of that is like just baloney. But this time it's this year, this show, which this show has been on live Facebook. Talk about a struggle. Talk about an evolution. It's been every week. You just never know what's going to happen. That's one thing for sure. This reminds me of my divorce attorney. When we go into court, he looked at me and go, the one thing about going to court is once you're in there, you never know what's going to happen. And he was kind of true, because you just don't know with the judge, and it is what it is. Anyway, I don't care about ASCAP music. Let me tell you, their YouTube sends me shit about the music we're playing now. Doesn't matter, because it's not. I don't care. They haven't shut me down yet. They're lucky I'm playing their music. Anyway, that was the thing. The holidays. I've had some crappy. We've all had. I guarantee you, everybody's life is not a bowl of cherries. But at 818-259-7983, it'd be nice if just a couple of more people called in and said, hey, I got something I want to tell you about. Story that hit me. Come on. I want the brave souls to come out of the woodwork. Somebody give me a Christmas story. I know. Let's hear about Frosty the Snowman. Everybody watches, too. And this is what kills me, too, because once the show is over, I'll get all the people that start writing to me and instant messaging and all that, talking to me about. See what I mean? On the 30-minute mark, we just froze for a second, but at least we're going now. Maybe that's a sign. It's a sign of the gods saying 818-259-7983. Tell me a screwed up Christmas story, or just a good Christmas story. Just tell me a holiday story. We'll just do a 15-minute show. At least it'll all be good. Trying to read. I can't read. That's another thing. I know a lot of you guys love to type in the text and tell me things. I can't read them all because there's just too much going on. I get to them afterwards. So unfortunately, as much as you like to interact, things are the evolution of the whole show, how it's going, is changing quite a bit. First of the year is going to change a lot of things, but if I can't get to you and you're telling me something of worth, I encourage you to not tell me via text and just call and talk about it. You can always just tell me and hang up. That's all there is to it. Just share it with everybody, because the problem is you may be texting on one page and it's being read, but there's 3 or 4 other pages, and they don't get to see that, to see what you're trying to say. So if you call in and say that and tell me what's going on, then you can, share it with the whole world as opposed to just one narrow form of it. It's a big deal. Christmas. I'm just now, I swear, starting to feel it. I've been so busy with so many things that you just, as much as I want to get in the spirit, the spirit should be all, I don't know, like I said, to me, every day should be a great day. But, the holidays is even, you're taking it up a notch. You're turning everything to 11. Even if you're on 9 or 10, you have to give it that extra little push. 11. All the way across the board. 11, 11, 11. That's what's a big deal. When you're too busy with life, you're missing the experience. I just want somebody to tell me a screwed up holiday experience. That's all you got to tell me. Mick was kind enough to call in, and something that's been carrying with him for quite a while. If you've had a screwed up holiday experience, 818-259-7983, just call me up. It's real simple, and tell me what was messed up with your holiday. What stuck with you? Next week, we will not have messed up experiences. Next week, we're going to talk about nothing but Christmas and love. With the Christmas music, the whole deal. Believe me how it changes the whole mood. It really does, especially for me. It's the old stuff. We'll be listening to the old school Christmas music. Just one time out of the year. You know what? We're going to sit there, and I don't even care. I don't care if you guys even call in, although I do want you to call in. We're just going to sit and take it in. Just take it in. When I was a kid growing up in Connecticut, I was there till I was 15, with the snowy streets and all that, it changed the whole tone of the environment. When the snow's on the ground and it's packed down, like just the whole sound of the universe, so to speak, it just changes everything. Just everything's warm and mellow, like the cars going across the roads. Everything sounded different. In the holidays, it just really was a cool feeling. I don't want to live in that shit all the time. I don't want to shovel snow no more. But it was very, very cool, and I never forgot that. But, it's the holidays. Again, it's just, the holidays should be a good thing. Not everybody gets that all the time. Believe me, I'm one of them. But I still, you let that stuff go, and you just try to rise above it. Life is short. That's one thing I'm really, really harping on. It's just like, just make the best of what you got. Some people have way too much. They don't know what to do with it. Some people don't have enough, and they do with what they can, and they're happy. Happy's a big deal. But I still like a screwed up story once in a while. 818-259-7983. Like I said, we had one friggin' caller. It doesn't take many. I'll sit here for a minute. Who's got a Christmas story that they want to share with the 3 for 3 million of you. Nobody's listening. It doesn't matter. It's like, so it's just between us. Next year, 2020, I'm not going to say a lot of big stuff is happening. Major changes. A lot of stuff's going to be changing. There's always this evolution in how we do things. You know, one thing's hot one week and then we change over and do things differently. But there's some stuff going down. And we're going to be doing it. As, you know, it's always just one step at a time. A lot of times I don't know who I was talking to. Somebody. And they're just saying, God, you know, you're doing so well. And then I go, no, I'm not. I mean, I'm okay. But you don't know how hard it was to get to where we are. You just see what you see. This is 10 years. 10 years? No. I take that back. It's not 10 years. 11. About 7 years. Easy, hard 7 years. From inception to finally doing it to here we are. We've been doing it, and been doing it. And whereas, you know, again, a lot of people look at me too. There's like some close people that I talk to. And they go, I don't know how you do it, man. I would have given up a long time ago. It's like, why? I believe in what I do. When you hear the good stuff that come out of people, you know, that believe in you, you know, no matter how hard it is, it's like, I can't stop. I actually enjoy this. Even if it's the holidays and nobody calls in, I still dig it. Even when your official show page doesn't go live every week for 2.5 months, I'm okay. We'll keep on going because I know, you know why? Because I know that's just, you know, it's just one bump in the road. And even though it is the official page, whereas like, yeah, that's my main page. That's kicking me right in the head, but for not being able to go live like that. But, you know, it's like, it's going to get back to where it's going to be. And we'll be back, and the people that love you. And fans, the one thing I have here is I may not have 70 million fans, but the ones that I do have, they're true blue. And I'd rather have them than a bunch of baloney people that, like, again, and I was on for a while, a lot of kicks about Instagrams and you know, not having, I don't have those major, because we don't sit there and kiss everybody's ass, but the people that we have. And they're solid. They're solid fans. And to me, I'd rather have that any day of the week because they're people who actually give a shit. And that's it. And that's a big deal than just like a bunch of phony stuff, which the world is full of phony stuff. You know what'd be really cool? Be really cool for somebody to share a Christmas story, a screwed up family or life Christmas story. It doesn't have to be screwed up. Tell me something good. Tell me something good. That would be awesome. I know that everybody's sitting there watching. They're going, yeah, I got one. I don't want to call. 818-259-7983. Show me to show. You're not doing this for me. You're doing this for other people who need to hear, because I promise you, just like the previous caller that called, how many people have been in the same boat? Let me tell you something. I have sat on Christmas Day waiting for my daughter back in the past when she was very, very young. I sat waiting for hours, 4 or 5 hours in a deserted grocery store parking lot on Christmas Day waiting for my daughter to be given to me so I can have my time with her. And you want to talk about, I mean, the feelings and the emotions that go through your head as you're sitting there for hours. If I wasn't sane, I you know, how I didn't go insane from all that crap, it was just, you know, I just, again, blessed. I got through it. But those were stories too. I can tell you those stories too. They went on, fighting about who gets for Christmas Eve and just bullshit. It's total baloney. When you're mad, you do stupid things, and it's sad. But that's why I want to hear some of these things, so you can let people know that it's not just them. It's a lot of similar stories because again, there's only, just like music, there's only so many frets and chords in the musical scale. So when you write a song, it's bound to have some, something that's going to sound like something. It's just the way it is. So if somebody has a Christmas story that they're willing to share, I would really like it for, not for me, for everybody. And all you have to do is 818-259-7983. Life with Peter G. This is what we did this whole year. Life with Peter G. It's called Life. I like life. I really do. Even when it's got its problems. Share. That's what I said. I was going to get on and we're going to do this and we were going to share stories. We can't help you. It's up to you to help yourself. I don't help anybody. I have no degrees. I'm not a scholar. I don't have PhDs. I don't ever claim to do that. I just talk about stuff. And I've been doing it for quite a while. And apparently it's working to some extent because I'm still doing it. I like when we have some jokes. I like when I have a few derelicts on here and there. But there's a lot of seriousness, you know what I mean? We're just trying to find that even balance. I take it one day at a time. It's the holidays. I know people are busy, and I do Sunday nights, and everything's been a challenge. That's one thing. It's like, well, is there a perfect time to do this show? I mean, that's why we do the reruns during the week. I like that a lot. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturday mornings, they mix it up. I totally get it. Late night in the East Coast on a Sunday night, a lot of people say, Peter, I got to go to work in the morning. I love you. I got to catch your rerun. I'm good with that. I don't even care. But I just need a few people while we do the live show to make the rerun. And we're back. Steve Lukather interview. It's on YouTube. One of the biggest guitar players in the world shares his personal life with me because he did the world a favor. He's showing that no matter how big or small you are, you go through life. I had some guy that wrote me this week, and he goes, "Wow!" Again, that's always one of the first words they say. It's like, "Wow." And he says, "For the first time, I saw a famous musician that wasn't asked what inspired him to play guitar or this and that. The 90 million of the same bullshit that you see all the time." And I go, yeah, well, that's not what I'm about. I go, we all know he's a major, monster musician, one of the biggest in the world. That wasn't what my show's about. My show is about life. Let's talk about you, the person, the human being. And it's paid off. And the thing is, you'd be surprised how many people have a story to tell. And I'm going to get more about that in the future. Next year is a whole different year. We're not going to talk about next year yet, but it's the truth. This year has blown by, and God, when I think about it, because every week as I'm putting little things together, I keep thinking about the struggles I've had about getting through this year. Just everything. I've had my share of bullshit. We'll talk about that as we get after Christmas, when we wrap up the year. But man, nothing comes easy. I mean, and for the few times when things do come easy, you go, why can't it be like this all the time? And the problem is it's not. I mean, when I think about for things that I've had easy, there's like 40, 5 times, 10 times as many things that have kicked me in the head and made me struggle. And maybe it makes me a better person, a stronger person. I don't know, but I could have done without it. I don't like it. Nobody likes it. But it never stopped me. And that's why, even when I struggle on nights to get people to call, and one day it's going to be one of these things that, the light comes on and life changes, and you guys start calling, and it's the cool thing to do and all that. That's okay. As we take this to higher levels, it's all because of you guys. All because of you guys. Because you can't fool me. I know how many people are watching, even though you can't count them. Because I've been doing this long enough now. As screwed up as the way we do it, and it's unaccountable for, there's a whole bunch of people. And that's why I thank you every friggin' week. I thank my lucky stars and my gods for letting me be here and letting me wake up every day, because I live for this stuff. Because I like what I do. I want to do it more, and I want to do it better, and I want to do it bigger. But in the meantime, sometimes it's really nice when you get to hear people that call in and go, hey, I want to tell you this. I want to tell you that. And we used to get a lot of them. All of a sudden, everybody clammed up. Now, I know it's the holidays. But now, because of the holidays is all about giving. So somebody needs to give. One more phone call is all I ask for. One phone call, somebody give me something to give to you, the listener, about the holidays. That's all we need. Let's do this. (818-259-7983). One person. Who's going to be that person? That one person that says, I'll pick up the phone. I will dial 818-259-7983 and share something that was, pretty, well, do it. Tell me your story. Tell me something. Something that changed, that was significant about the holidays for you. It could be a good story. That's the thing. I get all the thumbs up on all the pages, but I get a lot of shy people. And you know what? And I know better. I know how it is. Lurkers. That's right. I want somebody to tell me a Christmas story. Something screwed up, something funny, something not so funny, something sad, something that is embedded in your head. One more person. Then I'm going to call it a day. The hour flies by fast. We had a brave soul that called in earlier. He shared a little something that, even though life is good now, still kind of hinders in the back of his mind. My boys are looking at me like, okay. I'm telling you, one day we're all going to look back at this and go, wow. Pulling teeth. It's a Christmas story. I know everybody has a story. Everybody does. But all you have to do is pick up that phone and go 818-259-7983 and then just say, hey, Peter, something I want to tell you. But if not, it's no big deal because we're almost out of here. I just think it's worth it. You're not doing it for me, you're doing it for you. All right, welcome to the Beggars Channel. What does it say here? Lurkers. Next Sunday night, Christmas music, and we're going to do Nothing But Love. Next Sunday night, I'm really going to be looking at you to, and this is going to be the thing. I don't care. I don't want a story. I don't want anything. All I want somebody to do next Sunday night is pick up the phone and say Merry Christmas. That's all I want to hear. One caller after another, pick up the phone and say Merry Christmas. That is my Christmas wish. Next Sunday night. What's the date on that? Let's look. December 22nd, next Sunday night. All I'm going to want this coming December 22nd, 2019, for this show, all I want is my callers to call in and say, hey, Peter, Merry Christmas. And then you can hang up or we can have a couple of sentences back and forth, but that's all I'm looking for next Sunday night. This coming Sunday night. Next. It'll be a special love-in. Holiday, Christmas, holiday, if you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever. Happy holidays, okay? For those who don't observe. But that's what I want to do. That's important to me. I want to see if anybody, because then you're saying, okay, I'm giving, all right? knows who you are. As opposed to when you spill your guts on Facebook and your name is right underneath the paragraph, the thread that you posted. It's like nobody knows. We're just going to wish all of us a Merry Christmas next Sunday. Next Sunday, December 22nd. Sunday, December 22nd. It's going to be a love-in, holiday love-in. All I want is you're going to dial up and say, hey, Peter, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And then that's it, Then before you know it, it's going to be Happy New Year. And I'm working on it right now, believe it or not. It'll be the third year in a row, but we're trying to get the Baby New Year on for the new year. That's going to be a task. It always is. But it is what it is. First things first. We take 1 week at a time. Merry Christmas. Next week. Special edition. Just nothing but love and thank you. Merry Christmas. That's what I need. Again, I could not do this, and I know you're there, without Bolt Energy. Bolt Energy. Ask for it in stores. No preservatives. All right? Enriched with antioxidants and vitamins. Go to www.drinkboltenergy. Doesn't matter what time of the year, what time of the day, what time of the night it is. And ask Bolt Energy. Say, hey, where can I find Bolt Energy? They will get back to you. Electrify your senses, Bolt Energy. I love the way it tastes. That's a big deal for me. Ooh la la. Life's full of choices. Bolt Energy. These guys, it's funny how it all came together, but that's what I'm saying. It's funny how life comes together. Just things happen. You have to believe. And I do. I believe. It's getting about that time, folks. Who's going to be the last brave soul of the evening to say, hey, Peter, I got this Christmas thing I want to talk to you about. Maybe because I didn't have the Christmas music. Maybe my gatekeeper was right. There's always that possibility. But listen, I've screwed up bigger gigs than this. Just want you to know. I'm not scared. So, for those of you who just sit and watch, you're much appreciated. I'm not going to bitch you out. I am going to say I know, that's the whole thing. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a story. I guarantee you, there's not one single friggin' one of you that does not have some. I'm going to tell you a Christmas story. Can't believe I just thought of that. I grew up, and I had some friends in Florida, and it was Christmas Eve. We were playing at a club. I played in a band. And we were playing at a local club. This is in the early 80s, mid-80s. I know, dating myself, which is fine. We ended up playing, just because it was local and it was in town, we ended up playing at a bar club on Christmas Eve. Because we could. We were all home, and because it was we were a regional traveling band. And we took this gig because it was, a buck is a buck, right? So it in my hometown. So everybody was there. It was Christmas Eve, and whether you went to church that night if you're Catholic or whatever, but everybody was there. The neighborhood friends were there. I grew up in a neighborhood, they all supported me back then. And we were partying. We were partying pretty hard. I mean, I didn't until I got off from playing, because I took that pretty seriously. And actually, even afterwards, I wasn't partying pretty hard, but my friends were because my friends partied. I mean, we were young. And so I go home with my girlfriend, and we go to her house, and my girlfriend had 3 brothers, and one was older, and 2 were 1 year younger, and we go because she had to go to the bathroom. We went to her house, and the one brother, the older one, sitting with me, and there was a neighborhood friend that was with us too. There was actually a couple of neighborhood friends, and he goes to get out of the car. I was driving this like club van. It was like a big club van, because at the time we downsized from bus the ground, and their ground was covered in oyster shells, because in Florida, like, if you didn't have asphalt, you could have dirt, you could have oyster, and he just smashes on the ground, and I, he ricocheted off the car and went face first. And so this is back in the time before we had cell phones. We didn't have cell phones back then, and so I'm dying laughing, and so's my girlfriend's older brother. I get out of the car. I always carried a camera around. This is back in the day when we had film cameras. I hate to say it, but we did. I get out of the car. I go and I check to make sure he's still breathing, and then I whip out my camera and I'm taking pictures of him. And he's got that, like, like you've been shot, like, and they they outline the body. He hit the ground. He was unconscious. He was knocked out. And my friend's laughing his ass off, and we get him up, and he's breathing hard, and he's really, like, he's overloaded. And I go to take him home, and he lived with his mama down the street. And I took him, and I go, if you wake up Mama, I won't mention any names, but if you wake her up, I go, I'm splitting. Because this is like, 1:30, and this is actually about 3 in the morning. Christmas Eve night. And the house was off the ground. It was like a house that was built on like cinder block risings, and so the flooring's hollow. You can like crawl underneath the house. It wasn't built on a cement slab. And he goes to open the door, and as he opens the door, he's like opening the door, and he's leaning into the door. The door is opening because it opens in, and he's falling forward, and he goes face down, and it's like kaboom! It's like thunder hitting the thing. Wakes up his mama. I hear her yelling, and I went running. I just hauled ass. We were in our mid-20s. I don't know what the hell we were. I left. Next day, he calls up, and he's like, hey, Pete, I got a question to ask you, man. And I go, what's up, dude? He goes, who'd I get into a fight with? Because he scraped his face up on the Christmas Eve. It was a tradition too. We'd all get together on Christmas Eve after some of my friends were Catholic, and after they go to church at like midnight mass, and we'd all party afterwards. But got a little out of hand. I dumped his ass, and I still have the pictures to this day. I got the pictures. And you know what? It's like 30 years later, and he's a mess still to this day. But I love my friends. All right. About that time to go. There's my Christmas story. I love you guys more than anything. Next Sunday night, we're going to do nothing but Christmas love. We're going to have Christmas music, and all I'm going to ask of you guys next Sunday night is to call in and say, hey, Peter, Merry Christmas, or to wish everybody that's listening a Merry Christmas. That's all you have to do. That's all I'm going to ask for next Sunday night. And that's my Christmas wish, okay? I want you guys to participate because I could not do it without you guys. I know you're all there. A lot of you guys are shy, but it's not that hard. I mean, again, you all talk to me during the week. Bring it out. It's the holidays. Give, all right? Life is short, man. Really is. Sometimes I can't believe it, how my week goes by. It's like, what have I done this week? And here we are in another year coming to an end. But we'll take it one day at a time. And on the other hand, I'm very grateful for all we have. I'm grateful that we're all still here. A lot of good stuff. So don't let it go, all right? Next week, I'm going to ask the ultimate ask. Next week, I'm going to ask you to call in, and I'm going to ask you to wish your fans, your friends that watch this show, the people that I admire, all of you so much, just call in and just say Merry Christmas. That's all I want, okay? Don't forget, Couldn't do it without Bolt Energy, all right? Bolt Energy has made it to where I can be here every week, and I'm very grateful for that, too. I'm grateful for a lot of things. I really am. But right now, we're going to leave. It's been a good hour. I wish I could have heard more holiday stories, but that's okay. I'm used to it. I always prepare for this. It doesn't matter, because I know you're there, and that's all that matters, is that you're there. Watch the repeats during the week. Rebroadcasts are very important. Show your love. Share. Watch parties, people. Watch parties is what has built this whole platform. And let people know that you're there and that you're watching Life with Peter G, the Peter G Show. It's very important, because I'm telling you, to get this to another level, that's what it's going to take. And it's working. It's working. It's working. That's right. So to all, a good night, and good night to all. I love you very much. The holidays, try to open your hearts and try to just be a little bit more than what you are now, okay? And that's it. It's hard, easier said than done. I totally get it. Even for me. I'm behind. I would love, I don't know. It's crazy. Sitting around with my daughter last night, and, we just talk. I just tell her a bunch of things. I want her to understand, and I always telling her stories, hoping that she gets even a little bit of it, because it's based on experience. All right. Peace out. Merry Christmas. I'll see you guys next week. I'm really going to be counting on you guys next week just to share the love. And most of my people are all really good people. In fact, everybody is. So let's show that we got that in us, to just at least let everybody know that we are there, you are happening, and you mean what you say. All right? Love you guys. Peace out. Let's do this.
Peter G Show, Peter G Show, Peter G Show, Peter G Show. Divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad. Peter G Show.